This little here with the microphone. Okay, microphone set up. We ready. Just gotta wait on OBS Studio or YouTube Studio, as always. Then we can really get popping off. You smell that? Smells like we got a banger on deck. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals featuring the number 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder and, of course, their opponent, the Minnesota Timberwolves. How about Minnesota? They're back in this kind of environment. It's been a while since they lost to the Lakers in 6 in 2003-04. So they've only made it this far twice. And on the contrary, the Thunder have made it this far quite a few times, actually. Starting all the way back when they had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Of course, starting off 2010, 2011, lost to the Mavs, conference finals. The very next year, they beat the Spurs in 6 awesome games, but then lost to the Heat in 5. Then the year after that, they took 2 steps back, lost to the Grizzlies in the second round in 5. They bounced back, beat the Spurs. Oh, no, sorry, no, they lost to the Spurs in 6. And then they didn't even make the damn playoffs. And then they came back. Of course, we all remember what happened in 2015-16, right? They lost in 7. Blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors. That, to this day, was the last time they were here. So yeah, if you're a Thunder fan, you remember the last time you guys were in this spot. You lost in 7, blowing a 3-1 lead, and then KD dipped for Golden State. That's tough. They did make the playoffs the next 4 years after that. Of course, they would not get out of the first round. So, yeah, losing in 7 like that to the Warriors completely ruined all momentum you had as an organization. Because then you would lose to the Rockets in 5 in 2016-17. Then the next year, you lose in 6 to the Jazz. Then in 2018-19, you lose to the Blazers in 5. And then you lose to the Rockets again in 7. That's tough. You wouldn't make it for 3 years. Right? And then, of course, the last 2 years, you've made it to the second round, losing to the Mavs, of course, in 6. And then you so far have beat the Nuggets. Took them to 7 games and you took them out. But how about this? So the last 2 years, they have swept their first round opponent. Wow, that's actually insane. But this Thunder team is so damn good. Like, they really are. Like, seriously, like, they could win a championship or 2 within the next 4 or 5 years. If things go their way. So we are probably another 5 minutes from tip. All right. Now, of course, historically, these two teams have met one other time, all the way back when the Thunder were the Sonics. That's it. Which is actually insane. But yeah, you look at this, it's like they met all the way back in the 90s. I believe it was, yeah, Sonics. Yeah, Timberwolves. Yep, 1997-98. And the Sonics took them out in 6. I'm sorry, 5. Took them out in 5 in the first round. And then they would get pelted by the Lakers in 5 right after that. That's tough. So, if you're the Thunder, I mean, this is your probably one of your best chances to get a ring, right? Because the two teams that would have most likely given you the biggest fight in the East were bounced out last round. My Cavs and the Celtics. I mean, the Pacers could give you a run, for sure. The Knicks could definitely give you trouble. But everybody was saying it's going to be Celtics or Cavs out of the East. And look at that. None of them made it. Oh my God, it's Coach Malone. Wow. I guess when you got fired by your team, I mean you're kind of bored, you got nothing to do, so he's able to just join the broadcast coverage for the Western Conference Finals. Florida already beating Carolina in hockey right now in the Eastern Conference Finals. So let's see, who do we have? Was it Edmonton and Dallas, Florida, Carolina? Wow, that's crazy. I was kind of hoping that we'd have another city with like double dipping and sports playoffs. That would have been kind of cool. Minnesota only have one pro sports team, and that's the Thunder. Technically, they have that's for the Dodgers. And then New York, yeah, Islanders were literally horrible, and the Rangers, they stunk too. Indiana obviously doesn't have a hockey team. Skip the trip to the grocery store and stay right where you need to be. God, Las Vegas beating the Connecticut Sun 81-49. My goodness. The Atlanta Dream beating the Fever by 10. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Oh, my. So, getting into the game odds for this. Oh, no, it's 2-0 Florida. Damn. Game odds for this one. OKC is 7.5 point favorites. The total is over under 219.5. Money line for the Thunder is minus 285. For the T-Wolves is plus 235. As far as injuries go, well, obviously just Nikola Topic for the Thunder. That's it. No injured Wolves. And as far as the layout of this series, well, in the regular season, the Thunder and the Wolves split all 4 games. They had one game in December at the end of the month. And then in the span of 11 days, they had the next 3 games, which went Wolves, Thunder, Wolves. Now, of course, we got to talk about which of these two teams is in better shape for the future. Well, obviously, you're going to say the Thunder because of the insane amount of picks they have. They could outdo anybody in a trade. Messi could get whoever he wants based off the picks and the players that they have. Like, it's insane. I mean, he's practically literally walking around with a big-ass army of Brinks trucks behind him. Yeah. They got cap room, too, so if they really want to, they could sign somebody outright, but they have, for 2025, 3 draft picks. Yeah, 2026, they might have 6 draft picks. 3 first-rounders. Oh, hell no. Talk about crazy. 2029, they have 5 second-round picks. My God. That's like a sixth of the entire freaking round. My God. And they got guys locked up long-term for the most part. They don't really have any UFAs. Yeah, they have no UFAs. Everybody's locked up tight. Beautiful day in OKC, though. I will say that. And then as far as Minnesota goes, see what they got. Well, they got NAW and Joe Ingles, the UFAs after this year, and Bones Highland. So 3 guys that might not be back next year. They have a couple dudes with some player options like Randall and Reed. Then team options with Garza and Minot. But really, that's about it. Everybody else is pretty much locked up tight. Of course, Ant and McDaniels, yeah, they're not going anywhere. All right, so starting 5 for the Minnesota Timberwolves will be Conley, Randall, Edwards, Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels. All right, let's get it. There we go. The Wolves, of course, took out the Warriors in 5 games? And we all saw what the Thunder did. They took out Denver in 7. So here we go. Thunder in their white jerseys, following the whiteout theme that the fans, the shirts, and the Wolves are in their gray jerseys. And tip is won by the Wolves, and we're underway. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. McDaniels open for 3. Good. Just like that. Welcome back to the conference finals, Minnesota. Minnesota! Holmgren against Gobert. And the ball goes out of bounds back to Minnesota. I'm curious to see how Minnesota would respond to a potential a thunder surge, as you could call it. They're the Thunder's version of a Cavalanche. McDaniels, put 2, good. We got Jaden McDaniels. 11:16 to go. Western Conference Finals. Hartenstein over to SGA. Open 3, missed, way off. Here's Ant. Up ahead. Conley. Buckeye boy, of course. My guy. Ant. Working his man. Be careful, Chet. Step back 3 is good. 8-0 right off the bat. Yeah, Minnesota, they're fired up. They're juiced up. They're ready to go. SGA bumped. Draws the foul on Gobert. Gobert. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota coming out and just throwing haymakers. Free throw miss. Remember last year, the coach for the Wolves actually hurt himself. Yeah, Chris Finch actually got hurt last year. And Coach Norrie took over head coach duties while he was still on the sideline, but he really wasn't coaching. So he makes one of the 2 free throws, splits the pair. Randall to McDaniels against Hartenstein inside. Gobert. Watch out. Lost the ball. Clumsy ass. Goes up, misses. Rebound. Back dunk on top of Hartenstein's head. And they're going to call a loose ball foul on Gobert. 10:22 to go. Naz Reid's going to come in for Gobert. This was a guy the Cavs really wanted, I think in free agency or whatever. But right before he was set to hit the market, the Wolves snatched him up. They locked him tight. They're like, nope, you're not pitching him. Hell no. Stein over to SGA. Guarded by the McDaniels. God, McDaniels is literally one of the only guys I think that could match him size for size. My God, he's as tall as dude is, man. Sheesh. No mismatch there. Ant. Kick out. back to Ant. Drives, spins, lost his balance. And there's a little rumble for the ball. Here comes SGA the other way. SGA inside, and the throwdown by Helmgren. Sorry, that's Hartenstein. Ah! They call it delay of game violation. One more of those, and it's a little a T. So just a warning. We've seen what happens, after another one more, and then it's a tech shot. Conley drives. Oh, nice kick out. Pass up top. Oh, air ball. Or not an air ball, but he clanked it. Damn, it was an air ball. God. Up top, SGA. Guarded by Conley and gets run into and a foul. Yeah, we all saw this before with OKC. Denver had him on the ropes last game, and look what happened. Look what freaking happened. Coach Dagno for the Thunder. I think the last time they were in this game was it Billy Donovan was the coach for the Thunder. They had that good run when they had Paul George and Westbrook. Goes blocked by Nas. Might have been altered a little. Nas Reed will give it up, and Randall almost lost it. And he goes crashing in the Dort. I don't think Randall knew the ball was coming his way. Wow. He was looking this way, and the ball was going this way. Wrong way, Julius. I was on Lou Dort, by the way. So, Kason Wallace will check in for Chet. Up top, Conley. Conley goes to his left. Here's Ant. Dude falls down. 2-ball, good. Dort fell down. And it's a fast start for Minnesota. SGA goes up and missed the shot. Rebounded by Edwards. He'll bring it up against Wallace. Man, look at this dude. He got them handles, though. Backing him down. Lost the ball. Here's Williams. Watch out. Blocked by Ant. Look back at him like, get out of here. Who do you think I am? And Conley misses, but it was out of bounds. Goes to the Thunder. Looks back like, boy, who the hell do you think I am? Well, who do you think you are, fool? Even though he wasn't saying fool, you know what he would be saying. And there's a foul on McDaniels. I'm saying the PG version of essentially what he would be saying in that situation. He's saying GTFOHN. So he'd be saying GTFOHN. Going to say what he'd be saying, but just think about it. Yeah. Something like that. They called a T on Edwards. Oh, he flipped the ball at SGA and it kind of hit him in the leg. Come on, bro. Come on, man. What are you doing, bro? First tech foul on Edwards. Free throw is good. God. One more coming up. So that's technically 3 free throws for SGA. So don't lose your cool, Ant. Free throws are good. I'm just happy, because we got essentially 3 small market teams and New York in the conference finals. That's what I like about the NBA. There's a lot of parity. Randall working hard inside against Hartenstein. They were actually former teammates in New York, by the way. A couple years ago. Well, last year. No, well, yeah, last year. Or at least 2 years ago they were. And a foul on Randall. Yeah, Randall and Hartenstein were teammates in New York. Now they're enemies. 2 shots for SGA. Surely people won't complain about the amount of free throws SGA will be shooting. As my camera once again froze because that's what my camera does. It just freezes up when I make a lot of movement. It's weird. I move too quickly or too much and my freaking camera freezes. I do not know why it does that, but it does. All right. The ball is good for Mr. Randall. So he's on the board now. Back the other way. SGA up and in for 2. Not too shabby there. North Carolina scored 2-1 Florida late in the first period. Here's Randall against Williams. Backing him down. Oh, he lost the ball again. These guys are picking pockets left and right. The lob, the flush by Hartenstein. Back the other way. Here's Conley over to McDaniels. Here's Nas. Nas Reed backing him down. Kick out. McDaniels. Drive. Kick out. Corner 3. Good for Randall. They've been playing so well since he came back from injury. Hartenstein. Wide open. Dort. No good. Cooks the 3-ball. And a foul on Hartenstein. Timeout Thunder. Timeout Thunder. Thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and a thunder. Thunder. All right.
Wait till you see the other 2 surprises. A joyful bundle of 3. I was thinking gifting 1 to each of you. I got AT&T's bundle of 3. Well, 16 Pro with intelligence for me.
Okay. Well, series as a whole is going to be hella entertaining. You best believe I'll be live for hopefully every game of the series. All right. Shout out to everybody watching. Okay. 16-11, Minnesota leads. About halfway through the first quarter. Tomorrow night, you have game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, which I'll be live for. If I had to guess, I'll say this series goes probably 6. And I think the East series goes 7. It's just insane how we have essentially 21 guaranteed, possibly 21 basketball games left this season. Free throw merchant. Doris Burke, you're funny. Yeah. Hey, yo. So we got a commercial going on right now.
Let's take a look at tonight's Star Watch brought to you by PayPal.
Oh. So Dante DiVincenzo enters for Conley, another former member of the Knicks. And there's a foul. I was on Kason Wallace. Up here's Edwards. Edwards to DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. Backing him down. Kick out. Dante for three. No. Rebound. Put back is miss again. Battled for. Taken by McDaniels. Goes back to the Thunder. Here's SGA. Pull up two is good. Back comes again the Wolves. What the heck was that by Dante? Maybe trying to draw a foul. Here's the Thunder. SGA to Dort. Dort. Williams. Williams works inside, goes up and foul. Anthony Edwards, his first.
Shane Gilbert Alexander, he is one of the most difficult guys to guard. He gets to his spot, he knocks it down, and when he's at inches, it is automatic for us. First foul, Jaden Williams, 20.
Sprig really beating Cincy, huh? That's tough. Free throw, good. That's tough. All right, Chet Holmgren returns for Hartenstein. Williams made the first free throw. One more, up and good. All right, here comes the Timberwolves up the floor. Just like that, of course, the Thunder have woken up. Edwards drives inside with the left hand. Back outside. McDaniels lost the ball. And it's a fast break dunk for Williams. And it's now a 1-point lead for OKC. Randall drives inside, goes kick out. Nice pass. Dante in the corner. Kicks up. Wide open Nas. Three. Missed. Think, who's that? Randall tried to go for the putback dunkaroo and he missed. Chet had it, but it goes out of bounds. Isaiah Joe enters for Williams. And Randall will exit. Yeah, so Kason Wallace is NAW enters for Randall. Nikhil Alexander Walker. So how about this? We get a matchup of cousins right here. Walker versus SGA. Null versus SGA. Okay. Three ball is way off. Kind of cool how they're guarding each other. Up top, here's Edwards. Draws a double. Step back, pull up is no good. Here's Isaiah Joe. Back up top. SGA. SGA against the screen. Guarded by Naz Reid. Fires for three. Is missed. Rebounded by McDaniels. Here comes The Wolves. Reed back in town. Corner. 3-ball for Dante is good. That's what Dante can do. Here's Holmgren. Works inside. Funky entry, and he got fouled. No, he didn't get fouled. He just lost the ball. Okay. And the Thunder will call timeout. Ooh, a double play. That's tough. You mean the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to beat the Reds? That's tough. That's tough. So they're going to review it. So Clark actually is in there now, huh? Or at least he was. Wow. All right. Okay. Ooh, How to Train Your Dragon. That looks like a nice ass movie right there. Hell yeah. It's one of those movies that translates well to live action. And the Pirates defeat the Cincinnati Reds. That's tough. So I believe they'll have the rubber match tomorrow. See how that goes. Hmm. Dashy going to crash out, right?
You probably got a story to tell me.
Hmm.
Here's the 50 years.
Cubs beating the Marlins 14-1. Oh my god. Gee whiz. That's just epic brutality, if you ask me. 3:30. I'm sorry, 3:10 to go in the first. God, we're still in the first freaking quarter. It's me. Does it seem like this quarter is going by so slow? It's because it's, you know, ESPN just trying to milk every second of commercials out of this thing. I have been streaming about 30 minutes. This has to be the longest first quarter that I have seen, being honest.
Special financing. 3.75%.
Oh, wow.
Special 1.99% financing for full-size Chandra. Tonyo, let's go places.
Oh, I faked it. It's real sex. Welcome to my version of Happily Ever After. That's so too tiny girl.
All right.
And just on that dish.
See what our buddy is saying on Twitter. Probably crashing the hell out. Okay, so they did challenge and they lost it. Oh, that's brutal for the Thunder. So they're charged with a timeout. Caruso will enter for Dort. And then for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels will once again take a seat. So NAW's out there. Jalen Clark is in for McDaniels. Okay. Wow. Here's Nas. Up top, all alone. 3 is miss. Back come the Thunders. Caruso. Here's a drive by Joe. Back out to Caruso. Chet against Nas. Goes up and missed the tough shot. 19-17. DiVincenzo. Step. Oh, I thought he was going to sauce him up. 3-ball. No. What the heck kind of a shot was that? Nas doesn't even jump. He just goes. He jumps. Probably because he's so tall. But still. I mean, Mobley jumps higher than that. And Mobley's damn near 7 feet. It barely jumps. Of course, as we know, against the Cavs, everybody turns into Steph Curry. So yeah, foul on Nas. And now Chet will shoot 2. Chance to tie the game up. First one missed. Thunder fans, of course, remember what happened early on in that series against Denver, right? You had the game won and you blew it. You blew it. Free throws, good. Oh my God. It was similar to that game against Denver that they lost because he missed 2 free throws late. 2 minutes ago. Yeah, 2 minutes to go in the first. Here's Alexander Walker to Clark and a foul. That's a defensive 3-second tech on SGA, which means somewhere Jared Allen's thinking, oh, yeah. Because he would always do that when we would get caught for that for some dumb reason. So 1 shot for Anthony Edwards. Ken Williams will check in for Chet. What's the tech shot, by the way? Wow. Up top, here's Edwards. Minute 47 to go. Ant against Joe. Got a switch on him. Pull up. Walker misses and almost wrestled away inside by Clark. But Ken Williams fouled him. It's a loose ball foul. Yeah, that's true. 1 tech already on Edwards. 1 more and he's out of the game. Happened earlier this year. Remember that against, I think, the Lakers. When he had that little tantrum. Goes up, misses. Saved by Clark. But a 24-second violation. All right, here's SGA. Kick out. 3-ball. It's good for Ken Williams. Besides Joe. Isaiah Joe gets a 3. How many did he hit in that series against Denver? I mean, we barely saw him, but still, he didn't do much. Wow. Here's Alexander Walker. Back and forth for 3s. Out. Rebound. Put back. Good by Clark. 41 seconds to go. 22-20 Minnesota. SGA goes up, trying to draw a cheap foul. Nothing called. Oh man, they had the fast break transition bucket there, but yeah, Dante, you got to bring the ball with you, buddy. Edwards against Wallace goes up. Uh-oh. Foul on Isaiah Joe, and Edwards is checking his ankle out. The front of his ankle. See, that's why I say you need to wear high tops, man, as a basketball player, right? Right there. Just landed wrong on his one ankle. Right there. Just kind of turned his ankle a little bit, man. Especially if you're a big guy, you know, like a small forward, power forward type that's always in the paint around other ankles. You got to wear them high tops because they'll keep your ankles, secure when you're banging and banging in the freaking paint. But he makes the first free throw. One more coming up. And he missed it. Oh my God. All right, up by 3 with 14 seconds to go. Here's Wallace. 5 on the clock. 3, 2, 1 at the buzzer. Missed it. And that is it for the first quarter. After 23-20, Minnesota leads. Oh, you know what? Let's see what's popping over there with the WNBA, because I know there's a game going on right now. Indiana and Atlanta. All right, 1 point. Oh, it's tied up now. 21.7. Caitlin Clark comes out. There's Bonner. Roach is doing this game. Free throw, good. Wow. It's crazy. Tomorrow that place is going to be bouncing with yellow and blue. Today it's fever. And a foul. Wow. 9.7 to go. Ah, yeah. 2 tickets to paradise. Boy. Free throw. Good. Free throw. Good. 91-90. Atlanta leads. 9.7 to go.
This is just week 1.
Yeah. It's funny though. This is hilarious because like I'm talking to nobody. I literally am. I'm talking to a damn camera. But like I just act like people are actually watching. No foul? No? Damn, losing by 1. Atlanta escapes with a dub. Tough. Wow. That's tough. But like one thing I always find funny, right, about our friend Ashi. A lot of guys that watch these, they're like, why do you always talk about him? Guys, it's funny. But it's like he always wants the Reds to get rid of decent players. It's like, does he like not know that if his team were to get rid of said player, because they're actually good, another team would snatch him right up, and then he'd be doing amazing for that team. And then he'd be instantly regretting that decision. So Julius Randle is back in with Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley for the Wolves. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Jalen Williams, Caruso, Wiggins, and Wallace for the Thunder. Gobert, Randle, Conley, DiVincenzo, and Alexander Walker for Minnesota. So SGA and Ant are both getting a little breather to start the second quarter. Williams, step back 2 is missed. Tipped around, taken by DiVincenzo. Sometimes I just fire off a random name for no reason. Randall, kick out. Conley, nice pass. Lost it. Randall. Works against Caruso. Goes right at him and draws a foul. The hell is this? Will Smith almost slapped the dude? Hold up. Oh. Oh. Free throw is good. One more for Randall. Oh. Free throw short. No good. Brought down by Holmgren. Damn it, not Holmgren. Hartenstein. God. I know they both start with an H, though. Nice save, but he goes out of bounds with it. Jason Wallace had the rebound, just stepped out. 3-1 Florida? That was quick. My God. Wow. Here's a drive up. Missed too strong off the backboard by Conley. Wiggins will give it off. Hartenstein. And Wallace lost it. DiVincenzo gets reinforcements in Gobert. Dante for three. No. Brought down. Here comes the Thunder. Goes out of bounds. 10:30 to go. 3-1 Florida over Carolina. That'll be a fun hockey series. Wow. Floater is good for Hartenstein. Kraut makes it a 24-22 lead for Minnesota. Randall against Caruso. Here's a three. That's no good. Brought down with ease by the Thunder. Chance to tie the game, maybe even take the lead. Williams drives. Bumped by Hartenstein. DiVincenzo gives it to Alexander Walker. Back to Dante. Dante for three. No good again. He's 1 for 5 from the field. Ew. Hartenstein. Williams. Williams gonna drive. Spins. Goes up. Might have traveled there, but okay. Refs might argue that might say that there's kind of held ball situation. Three ball in the corner, in and out. My God, this dude can't hit crap. Damn, Dante. Sheesh. But he can't hit the broadside of a barn standing right next to it. Goes up against Gobert. Couldn't bury the shot. And a foul on Caruso. Going against Randall. Look at that lob. Gobert was a spectator on that one. All right. Corner. Gobert to Dante. Dante. Corner. Nice passing. Extra pass up. Randall three is good. Julius Randall got 10 points. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. 3 for 5 overall. So he's only shot one inside the arc and he missed it. Offensive foul on Isaiah Hartenstein. Wow. Nice pass to Randall. Buries the tray up top. He said, thank you for putting that through the net. Hell yeah. Man. Imagine being Julius Randle, man. You know, you get traded again. And an offensive foul on Randle. Oh, pushed him down. Oh, yeah. All right, up top. Here's Hartenstein. Drive. Oh, by Gobert. Fires. By Caruso. Kind of funny. You have Power Kraut on the Thunder, and then on the Wolves, you have the Stifle Tower. Aye, aye, aye. Three ball is missed. Batted back to Randall. Fires for three. Get it. Okay, Julius. Julius. Up top, floater. Good for Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 10. And oh, picked his pocket, but he couldn't save it. Out of bounds. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Here's Dante. Kick out open. Nah for three is gone. Nah. Timeout, Thunder. Nah. 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 Howdy, y'all. Nah.
And keep it up.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss.
Taste the lauder homered. Well, that's good. It's kind of messed up how the Guardians start getting guys kind of back, back in the swing of things. David Fry is on doing a rehab assignment. Chase the Lauder, I think he's been back for a little bit now. Starting again to get guys back going again. And then Travis Bazanic gets hurt. Out 8 to 10 weeks with an oblique strain. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Damn it.
Nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worse than problems. Zepbound means teas. Ask your doctor about Zepbound.
Sun meets horizon. Why?
Okay.
$6 beach deal?
So, 7 minutes approaching here in the first half. And this game is going exactly how I'd expect a game of this magnitude to go. Back and forth. Every run is matched by the other team with one of their own. I don't expect really any game to be a blowout. But you never know. I mean, there could be a game where the T Wolves just stink the bed, come out shooting like garbage, and the Thunder just erupt from the beginning.
Sneak inside. Give out courtesy. Don't have the foot flipped. To Will and Diane. Go together like Pepsi and hot dogs. He's right about the Pepsi and hot dogs.
Oh. One thing I have noticed while doing these streams, I have my own like hometown audience, right? When I do home games, and it's almost like I don't really have much of one when I do non-home teams. When I do none of my team games. Like if I do a Guardians game tomorrow, up
What's this?
That's for Pepper.
Cute dog food in your fridge.
It's not dog food.
right then. So yeah. OBS once again crashed, which happens every once in a while. piece of crap app. But then it takes like 20 attempts to come back on. It straight up, again, refused to turn back on. I actually threatened to once again uninstall it, and it's like it heard me. And I was like, oh crap, I ain't gonna go through that again. What's up, Rays? Says go T-Wolves. So at the half, 48-44 Minnesota leads. And going through the box score for the first half, and you will notice right away, Julius Randle, yeah, he's showing out. He has 20. Yeah, 20 points for Julius Randle. 5 of 6 from 3. Yeah, he's having one of those games. Anthony Edwards has 13. 5 for McDaniels, 2 for Gobert. Mike Conley hasn't scored. Off the bench, 3 for DiVincenzo, 3 for Alexander Walker, 2 for Clark. Overall, they are 15 of 43, 35% from the field, 10 of 28 from 3, 36%, and 8 of 11 from the line, 73%. 26 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, 9 turnovers, and 12 fouls. And then for the Thunder, 11 for SGA and 10 for Hartenstein lead the way. 6 for Jalen Williams, and then 2 apiece for Dort and Holmgren. Off the bench, 5 for Isaiah Joe, 3 apiece for Caruso and Wallace, and 2 for Aaron Wiggins. Overall, they are 15 of 40 from the field, 37.5%. Only 3 for 8 from 3. They really haven't been chucking them up like that. 3 for 8 from beyond the arc, 37.5%. And 11 of 15 from the line, 73%. So they're pretty much even. Well, they pretty much are if you round it up. They are even, actually. Yeah, 73% at the line for both teams. 24 rebounds, 12 assists, 8 steals, 1 block, 8 turnovers, and 11 fouls for the Thunder. And that's it. That's it for the box score. Now let's see what Twitter people are talking about. Yeah, sorry guys, sorry it took me so long to get this thing back up and running. For some reason, my OBS app develops a little childish attitude with me where it just will not turn back on. It just will not come back on when it crashes. Usually when it crashes, because my camera will not turn back on for some dumbass reason, I have to like restart everything, and usually it works fine. Well, just like what we saw with game 2 against the Miami Heat. Freaking couldn't do the end of the game because OBS crashed, and I actually had to reinstall it. Well, I threatened to do it again, and it's like, no, 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 no need to do that. I'm here, relax, damn. Don't throw me in the garbage can. Chase the Lauder 2-run home run versus the Cubs in the first inning and rehabbing in the Arizona Complex League. It's the second home run and 19 rehab at bats out in Arizona. They need to get Chase the Lauder back in Cleveland for next week, at least. He needs to be in Cleveland by June because we're missing that kind of aura pretty much. Fusi? Bro, I remember watching Dosa Fusi almost every day when he was a daily vlogger out in LA. That was always fun. Yeah. Living in that little apartment thing with his two dogs. Yeah, he had some good stuff. He had some good stuff. Nowadays, a lot of these content creators are all about, chasing checks and freaking cringe content. You don't really see too many genuinely awesome content creators nowadays doing the daily content thing. Well, I bet it's just these daily vloggers or like these daily streamers. Or as I guess they're called IRL streamers, right? In real life. Mainly they're on Twitch. Some of them can be kind of douchebaggy, but yeah. Ohio State has offered 2028 D lineman Marcus Fakatu out of Orange Lutheran in Fontana. Plays tight end as well. Ooh, wow. Barry Wilder, Ohio State D coordinator Matt Patricia and Larry Johnson, an in-home visit with four-star D lineman Kerry Wilder. Wow, Larry Johnson's actually on the recruiting trail. People are gonna say, "Oh, he's lazy." He's not lazy. He just relies heavily on the past. Yeah, he's kind of lost his luster when it comes to recruiting, but he's not horrible. He just needs to catch up with the times. Still, I wonder if he carries around pictures of or like a checklist of like all the guys he's coached, right? Gardena, Juni Serra, D lineman. Wow. Junipero Serra, J Serra, D lineman. Kerry Wilder. Ohio State is really trying to establish a foothold in California. I'm down with that, though. I'm down with that for sure. Turn Cali scarlet and gray. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. By the way, rest in peace to George Wendt, who played Norm on Cheers. Yeah, he passed away, I guess, today. Cheers. Man, that's cool. What the heck is that dog doing? Dog laying upside down drinking water. What the heck? Oh yeah, dog attacking a sprinkler. I've seen that before. Dogs will go crazy when they see a sprinkler. Like they will lose their minds when they see a sprinkler on. Okay, but yeah, this series is gonna be one of those that's like every game's a banger. I feel like I'm not gonna be sitting here. Oh, when's it over? The series finale of Cheers aired 32 years ago today, May 20th. Wow, how is that? How crazy is that? George Wendt died on the day 32 years ago. Like he died today, but 32 years ago today was the premiere of Cheers. There's like a couple of shows that I still vividly remember watching when I was younger. Like I'd wake up early for some dumb reason or whatever. It wouldn't be because of school either. It would just be because I just wake up early. And I would turn on the TV and I think it'd be like what, All in the Family or Family Matters would be on. You'd have like Cheers, Friends. Yeah, Friends would always be on. That was always a good show to watch. As a little kid, these days, these little kids these days don't would never know like what us '90s kids went through. So there was literally nothing like being a little kid in the '90s. All the cool things we had, right? The fact is, though, kids these days, they just got these phones. Man, when I was a kid in the '90s, early 2000s, we were always outside getting dirty and doing stuff, playing ball in the street, yelling "car!" As a car drives through. Yeah, those were fun days. Going to the playground and messing around. Those were the days. They were fun. You know. How about this too? Like early morning on the weekends or even weekdays, standing by in front of, like, 5 feet in front of the TV while Dora asks you, "Do you know where they went?" Or like if you're watching Blue's Clues, you're looking on your TV looking for the little paw print thing. Those were the days, you know, learning via television. People say, "Oh, television's brain rot." Nowadays it is, kinda, but back then, you actually learned stuff. Yeah, they actually taught you stuff. Nowadays, it's like 95% brain mush. Brain mush. I mean, half the stuff these days is like brain rot garbage. You don't learn nothing on TV now, really. Oh well. That's just the way it is now, right? Not to mention, everything's political too. Gotta be careful what you say. Another station I used to watch a lot, PBS Kids. Yeah, some damn good shows. What was it? Between the Lions, Reading Rainbow. That's an old show. I think those were the two main shows I'd always watch. Oh yeah, Magic School Bus. That one too. Yeah, Magic School Bus was a banger. I watched that in school too. Yeah. Can you believe that the the feds, not the feds, but like who was trying to say that that stuff is woke? PBS Kids woke. Traditional television is woke now, apparently. Makes me wonder what else is woke these days. Everything's so sensitive. Like I said, brain rot. Ugh. Brain rot. Mush brain. That commercial with Alec Baldwin, where he pretends he's an alien, might be right. Our brains are literally smoothies now. He might actually be right. That commercial was like 15 some years ago. He might be right. Anyways, we're back to basketball. As Hartenstein is out there with the likes of Holmgren, Williams, SGA, and Dort for the Thunder. There's a miss by Hartenstein. Randall, McDaniels, Gobert, Conley, Edwards for the Wolves. There's a miss and a foul on Dort. Heck was like no doing what the heck? Hey yo, You gotta be really careful what you say, what you be saying on the web these days. Because if you go after the wrong, if you offend the wrong party, they'll attack you on social media. Happens a lot. You get canceled. Turnover. Back to the. I believe it'd be back to the Thunder. Yeah. So there's Coach Dagno in the locker room talking to the team during halftime. Here's a turnover. Wolves take it back. Up top, here's Edwards. Working against Hartenstein. Drives, kick out. Three in the corner is missed. And taken away by the Thunder. Here's SGA up top. SGA drives. Kick out. Three is good for Jalen Williams. Cuts the lead to 1. Really makes me laugh though, too. People will literally threaten somebody like on here. I've seen it happen. Like I've seen like stories about it. Dismissed. Someone will actually like come on here, like not necessarily Twitter, or like not YouTube, but like Twitter, and they'll threaten to beat up like the president. Like they'll threaten the person, and then they'll be shocked when the feds show up at the door. Like, oh, dude, you literally wrote a long message saying how you were going to do bad things to the leader of our country. Of course, they're gonna freaking send the feds after you. What do you expect? What did you expect? What do you think they're gonna send you flowers? No. I mean, come on. Makes the basket. I mean, it even just doesn't even extend to that. People will threaten everybody on here and then get all like, what'd you do that for? When they get response. It's like, what did you expect, buddy? Goes up and a foul. Just thought I'd have to say that. That's the way that this world is, though. People get way too comfortable on social media. Like on YouTube. I say it all the time. You know, people on here, like for me, a sports creator, they'll talk ish about a player, right? They always say you never know who's watching. I mean, a player's family member could be watching you. And of course, I look at my crowd. I have 0 people watching, which is why I'm talking like this, because nobody's watching at all. But someone could always be watching the replay. But my goodness, if you're watching the replay of this stream right now and you've gotten this far, you're dedicated. Let me just say that. But you never know who's watching. So always be mindful of what you say in a video or stream. Because you never know who's watching. Pull up 2 is good. McDaniels. That gives him 7. 53-50 OKC leads. SGA against Jaden McDaniels. Pull up 2 is good. It's weird. It said 53, but then it went down. Now they count that bucket. Okay. That was weird. They must have put 53 elsewhere. Oh well. Now it's 53-52. I was going to say, it just said 53-50. That's interesting. But there's a foul in the process, too. Yeah, so it'll be an and 1 for SGA. SGA has only made 3 of 14 from the field. Not a great start for him. Free throw's good. That'll be 14 for SGA. Thunder up 2. Florida up over Carolina 3-1 after 2 periods. Randall. Here's Conley. Got fouled. That's on SGA. His first. Yeah. Free throw. Good. So, yeah, tomorrow, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Pacers and Knicks. Thursday, game 2 of this series, 8:30. I'll be live. And we'll see what happens heading into Minnesota for game 3. That's cool. Brickman! Uh-huh. Free throws. Good. Good job by Conley to get those 2 free throws to fall. Here's the Thunder, left side. Joe. Floater. Good. Interesting strategy to go with Isaiah Joe here. He's playing a lot more than I expected, given the situation. Edwards. Randall back to Edwards. Sizing his man up. Fires for threes. Good. Edwards has 16. Having another one of those classic efficient games. 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. 3 ball is too strong. Brought down by Edwards. Here's Ant. Navigating inside. Backs out. Drives. Through the double. Kick out. For Conley. He almost got tripped up by Coach Dagno. Watch out. Just walks right in front of Conley and almost trips him up. I think he looked back saying, sorry about that. How about watch where you're walking, Coach? I mean, just ask Coach Finch about getting in the way of a player. Look what happened last year. Although that was more or less dudes crashing into him. But still, even coaches are getting hit like that now. Damn, that's tough. Ah. But if anyone was looking through my channel and you're like, yo, what happened to your conference finals streams from last year? I actually didn't stream the conference finals because my computer busted last year. Yeah. I think I did some of the second round games, obviously, because the Cavs faced the Celtics. I did some games last year in the second round, but unfortunately, I didn't do any conference final games because my computer busted up again. Yeah, the exact issue was it would not connect to my Wi-Fi. Yeah, it would not connect at all. And like it just lost recognition of my internet. So that's why. And of course, I would not have it for a little while. I would get it back just in time for the final, I think, game of the NBA Finals. And of course, I actually, that was the debut of the Wyatt Six, too, on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, and I actually streamed the ending of the end of that Monday Night Raw. And I actually missed the Celtics winning the championship, but we already knew they were winning that championship all game pretty much. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do most of these games I'm not gonna come out and guarantee I'll be doing every game of this series, of these series, because you never know. Can't count on everything, right? Especially with me. If you know, if you've watched my videos and if you watch my streams, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, if you've watched my videos and my streams, you know the situations I deal with when it comes to streaming. The only reason why I wouldn't stream a game is mainly maybe just not feeling well. That's happened before, but not too often. Well, but most commonly, it has something to do with Mother Nature getting in the way. Yeah. Funkiest reason why I couldn't stream a game was last year. I switched TV providers and I had the stream going. I had the stream ready. It was Cavs Clippers. I was ready to go. I was excited. I go to turn on the game and my new TV provider didn't have the channel because I didn't know Dish and Bally's absolutely hated each other. They hadn't liked each other for like 5 some years, and I didn't know about that. So it's a pretty interesting revelation. Thank God for Fubo. They're goaded. And now, of course, the Guardians aren't even on Bally's anymore, and Bally's is on Amazon Prime. So there we go. Problem solved. Anyways, Randall kick it out. Conley corner is no good. Tipped around and oh, look at that rebound. 3 missed again. All right. Back the other way comes SGA and an offensive foul on Dort. See, this is what happens when there's really no audience. I could just start blabbing on about stuff to keep myself entertained. Yeah. All right. So, DiVincenzo returns for Conley just about halfway through the third quarter. Wallace is back in for Dort. Rudenstein's in foul trouble. He has 3. Edwards has 3 for the Wolves. Drive. Gobert gets whacked. It's a foul on, I believe, Williams. That'll be his second. I think it was Williams. So 2 shots for Rudy Gobert. Oh, they said it was on Hartenstein. Oh, it's 4. Yeah, that's interesting. Shots for Rudy Gobert. Or as they call him now, the Stifle Tower. Free throws, no good. But as far as who I want in the finals, I just want a good ass 2 good series. Honestly, I think an Indiana and Minnesota finals would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun, not gonna lie. Free throw misses them both. 60-58 Minnesota. Minnesota. There's a drive by Joe. Stops. And his tracks. Good defense by Edwards. Williams against Randall. Goes up. Good for 2. There's Chet on the bench. Here's DiVincenzo for 3. No good. Just kind of chucked it up. Launched that sucker from Norman, Oklahoma. Pull out, almost blocked from behind and got it for SGA. He's got 16. Timeout, Timberwolves. Timber dogs. Dogs gotta eat. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Ah. But this is what happens when when I do like these when I don't stream one of my teams. This is usually the audience I get. Most is maybe 10 people. It's funny because I do my teams. The audience is large. It's just the way it's just so funny how that goes. I do Guardians, Cavs, and Browns. My streams get a lot of people watching. I'll have like 10 plus people watching most of the entire game. But then I do a non Cavs, Browns, Guardians stream. I'm lucky to get a dozen people the entire stream. Of course, knowing OBS, it says 0, but watch, there'd be like 5, 10 people watching. Because that's how OBS is to me. Like, little does he know, there's like 20 people watching him right now, and he doesn't even know. If that is the case, then this app is sadistic. It makes me think that there's nobody watching, so I'm just blah, 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 blah. But in reality, there's like 5, 10 people watching. Or even more. I don't even know how OBS would even hide that. Oh well. Oh well. But in terms of my next Guardians stream won't be until probably after this round is over. Yeah. I might do one if there's like an off day or two and there's a good game on. I'll probably use those days to, essentially rest up for the next day. I'm probably not going to be doing Guardians games again until probably, jeez, after this round. Yeah. So we'll see. You mentioned the Guardians aren't playing well at all either. I should look and see what their record was when I stopped streaming them and see what their record will be when I when I go back to streaming them. One thing, when I started streaming them before the NBA playoffs began, they were horrible. I think they had just really started. I only done I think like 2 or 3 streams. Hamilton Heights Christian Academy. Oh yeah, SGA and Nikhil. They're going to be talking about that all series long. That's the most obvious talking point in this series. By the way, you notice how the NBA still has not announced the MVP overall? That's so weird. Randall, pull up 2 is missed. Brought down by the Thunder. Here's Joe. The floor. Gives it off to SGA. Guarded by Edwards. Drives through the traffic. Up and he missed off the side. Put back is good by SGA. 20-12 third quarter for OKC. Here's DiVincenzo to Reed. Reed backing down. Spins, he lost the ball. Uh-oh. Back the other way comes OKC. Drive. Kick out. Willis. Williams. Drive. Timeout, Minnesota. Hugging him. Oh my god, it's got a chihuahua. Okay. He's him. He got a dog in him. He got a dog in him. Oh. I don't even remember where that whole phrase thing started. Like, who's the first person to say, he got that dog in him? Oh, he got that dog in him. Oh, yeah, this series will be a banger, probably the entire 6, 7 games that goes. I don't see any game really being outrageously large in terms of deficit. You might get a deficit like what you see up above right now, but it ain't going to be crazy. Might even get a couple potential buzzer beaters in there. Maybe even an overtime game. Of course, I say that. Now watch, there's going to be at least 2 games in this series. As we're right back to the action. I love when ESPN does this. Randall fighting against Ken Williams, who was seeing a lot more action in this series already. 3 in the corner is missed. This is the most action I think he's seen most of the year. He's barely played at all. Pretty interesting to play him now. All right. So, yeah. DiVincenzo with the foul. Rudy Gobert will enter for Randall. Here's the inside. SGA gets up and gets blocked by Nas. Get the weak stuff out of here. Ow. Edwards against. Oh, we need Ken Williams. Missed the shot anyway. Back comes the Thunder for 3. No. Rolls off the side. Alexander Walker gives it to Edwards. Edwards moves up, gets it with the right hand. Still lead to 4. And a little bit of contact. And Alexander Walker is not liking that very much. They might look at this. Coach Finch is looking at his assistants. Kind of got tied up. Yeah, they're going to challenge this. Huh.
I thought it was an illegal screen. Well, my Isaiah Joe, I thought his feet were too wide relative to the spacing. But you're right. I mean, that if you're not going to fall with the legal screen offensively, you're going to get that outlaw on you. Well, I see the arm is not terrifying.
Wolves won the challenge. They retained their timeout. Good challenge.
We have a successful challenge. The imminent possession with Alexander, Oklahoma City get the ball, time out, a 16-yard shot clock. The timeout is given back to Minnesota.
SGA. Mr. Capers should elaborate. There's two Alexanders. There's Alexander Walker and Gilgis Alexander. So I believe that's both challenges now for Minnesota. So they're done now, I believe. They have no more. Holmgren returns for Isaiah Joe. Holmgren having a quiet night so far. 66-62. Ken Williams, Wallace, kick out Caruso, Holmgren. Ken for two. Good. Kenrich Williams. Again, he hasn't really played much. We haven't seen Jalen with an eye, though. Don't know why they're not playing him much, but okay. Kick out. Alexander Walker misses. Back the other way comes the Thunder. SGA. Up top. Ken for three. Talk about making the most of your opportunities. Lead has blossomed to 9. Here's Reed. Drives up. Missed completely out of bounds. Back to the Thunder. GA. Drive, step back, pull up, too good. The lead has blossomed to 11. Here's a drive. Pull up 3. No. Now I think they're pressing extra hard on the Timberwolves right now. 4-1 Florida, by the way, over Carolina. Offensive foul on Ken Williams. His second. There's a live look outside the Paycom Center. I believe OKC will be getting a new arena pretty soon, at least in the next few years. So there's that to look forward to. Not sure exactly where it'll be, but I think it'll be still around downtown, I'm pretty sure, somewhere. Here's Alexander Walker over to Reed. Reed, corner, Dante for 3. Yeah, they got to get something going here. They're down by 8. Here's SGA against Edwards. Drives. Up, foul 1 for SGA. The heck? Terry Francona on not pitch hitting in the 9th. SB Espinal is one of our best hitters, and I was trying to give Lux some needed. If SB comes out, Lux is at 3rd. I was trying not to do that. Scratched due to back spasms the other day. Aside from Espinal, Lux is Ued's only option at 3rd. Oh, yeah. The issue is The Reds not scoring when you have a triple with no outs and a double with no outs. Tough. SP is one of our best hitters. Classic Tito. He'll do that a lot too. Clark. Here's NAW. Kick out. Corner for threes. No good. 76-65. Less than a minute to go in the third. SGA. Kick out. Here's Wallace against DiVincenzo. He lost the ball. There's a tussle for it, and they're going to call jump ball. 2 thumbs up. Classic Tito. Dante. Kick out. Corner. Clark. Fouled. Wallace with the lost ball turnover. Stolen by DiVincenzo. Now Wallace with the foul. His first. 2 shots for Jalen Clark. So yeah, Florida Panthers going to go up 4-1 in the Eastern Conference Final. Go up 1-0 in the series against Carolina. They're trying to make it back to another Stanley Cup for a second straight year and continue the Florida Finals streak. I think Florida's been in the final in the Stanley Cup almost every year now. Between Florida and Tampa. The state of Florida has had a Stanley Cup game every year now. If they if they can beat the Panthers. I mean, beat the Hurricanes. Free throw's good, so he splits the pair. And up ahead at the buzzers. Not even close. 0.1 to go on the clock. And that is it for the third quarter. Oh, he almost had that. And after 3, it is 76-66 Thunder. Wow. See what the Wolves have for the fourth quarter. Should be a fun quarter, though. 28 years later. Dude, they got this like really sadistic poem that they've been playing on these trailers. It's like boots, 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 moving up and down again. That's a messed up series right there. There's like 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and now 28 years later. This little trilogy. Yeah. Oh man. Jalen Clark is the first player in WNBA history to start a season with back-to-back games of 20 and 10. 20 points, 10 assists. Pretty dang impressive. She's already had like 3 triple doubles too. Man, just her alone is bringing back the WNBA. Like making it mainstream and just fun to watch.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box shop out today. Team ready to stay. Unforgettable journey. It's happening. The NBA Finals. I think June 5th at ABC.
Oh man, but I just can't believe we only have maybe barely a month of NBA basketball left. And before you know it, I'll be right here doing freaking Bleacher Report article reviews for you, talking about free agency and stuff. Because even though I don't expect much out of the Cavs in free agency, they're gonna make moves. They pretty much have to do stuff because it's pretty evident the roster we currently have has a ceiling that is essentially lose in the second round in 5 games. That's our ceiling. We haven't been able to really see much else. And when the Browns start 0 for 11 after a blowout loss to Tennessee. Oh, 2 top 5 picks on the way. LOL. Yeah, facts. Facts. So, back for the third quarter. I mean, for the fourth quarter, excuse me. Randall's out there with Conley, McDaniels, Reed, and DiVincenzo for Minnesota. It's Holmgren, Williams, and Jalen Williams, Caruso, Wiggins, and Wallace. There's Williams up top against Conley. Old man Mike Conley, pull up two, no good. Brought down by Reed. Back the other way comes Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know? Backing down. Randall, kick out. 3 in the corners, airballed, saved by Reed. Fighting inside, goes up, lost it, kept it. 3 for Dante. He's got 9 points, but he's 3 for 11 from the field. And again, all but one of them beyond the arc. Ooh, got popped in the face. 3 in the corners, good for Chet. God, Chet Holmgren hitting threes? Jeez. 5-1 Florida. Holy crap. Who the heck was in net for Carolina tonight? Wow. Goes out of bounds. 10:36 to go. Tell me freaking ESPN decided to, dip on me like this. Come on now. What are we doing here? What on earth are we doing here? We got a whistle as they're tending to DiVincenzo. It's for Dante.
For 8 for Godfrey. 3 for 11 for David Kittle. For Steele Alexander one. Switch basically just placed 3 guys on. That's all was really done.
Wow. Yeah, I guess ESPN decided to peace out, yo.
Just
Wow. Oh, ESPN, right? So 79-69. Nice. 10:36 to go. All right, now it updated. Okay. All right. Inside, inbound. Randall against Caruso. Pullback 2 is good. Randall was cooking in the first half. He's been quiet. Yeah. Williams lost it. Got it back though. Kick out Caruso for 3. It's good. Yeah, this is how dangerous the Thunder are, man. Jeez. McDaniels to the corner. DiVincenzo works in Holmgren. It's blocked by Chet Holmgren. He told him to GTFOH. B. Beach. Boy. Little boy. Little man. Really. I'm taller than you. Send that ball back to New York. Goes back up. Airballs the layup attempt. Or the little floater. And then he lost the ball. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, man. Here's Williams. Drive. Kick out. 3. No. Rebounded again by the Wolves. They got some work to do here. And he gets shoved out of bounds. Little contact there. 5-2 Florida now. Boy, watch out, Carolina. Here they come. Ant on the bench. Dante. Almost stolen. Nas up. Good for 2. 73-82. Yeah, 82-73 OKC. Wiggins almost lost it. Good save by... And there's Holmgren with the dunk. 8:48 to go. Nas. It's blocked, but a foul on Chet. His first. And, yep, Edwards is going to come in. Fouls on Caruso. His third. Oh, he wanted to block it too. Now, what are we going to see from Ant here? Is he going to go hero ball? First free throw is good. SGA's in for Williams. Dort enters for Wallace. And then Ant will come in for Conley, I believe. Yep, he's in for Conley. There's a look again at downtown shot of the stadium in OKC. I like the lights around the stadium. That's pretty cool on the outside. Free throws are good. That'll get Nas 4 points. Boy. 8:36 to go. Here's Dort. SGA. Inside. Holmgren spins and dunks it down. Oh, now he's getting stylish out here. I don't know if there's any team that could stop OKC doing this stuff. Okay, ball for Dante is missed. Again, remember the Cavs were the only Eastern Conference team to beat the Thunder the entire year. 3 is missed. He going Curry range with that one. He going deep Curry range with that. He is showing off now. And he still missed it, but still, if he would have hit that, oh my God. All right, here's Dante Edwards. 3's missed. Saved. Randall back to Dante. Dante for Nas. Here's Reed. Inside. Fouled. That'll be on Aaron Wiggins. That'll be his first. 2 shots for Julius Randle. I mean, if you look at the Thunder and the Pacers or the Knicks keep up with these guys, Pacers probably could. especially when all 5 of their starters can legit shoot the three. I don't know if they'd be able to keep up with this Thunder team right now. My goodness. Walker enters for Reed. I do like how the Pacers have a deep ass bench, too. I mean, Mathurin could go crazy. Walker might do something nutty as well. Free throws good. 9-point lead again. Here comes Caruso against Alexander Walker. Here's SGA. Guarded by his cousin. Goes up. No foul or anything. Tip in. Good by Holmgren. Got 9 in the fourth. He's got 15 now. Edwards. He's going all in on him, and he lost the ball. Here comes the Thunder. Pushing. Fouled. 1 for SGA. Jeez. Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's 5. You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see me. Man. Wolves just cannot get a run going. This is what the Thunder do. The Thunder lost 6 games at home all year. I'm out. Minnesota. These guys lost 6 games at home all year. And I believe they only had 1 loss against the Eastern Conference the entire season, too. And it was to the Cavs. Granted, on the road, but still. That game was a damn dogfight. I mean, heck, let's go back to that game real quick. Let's see what exactly we had to do to beat these guys. And their, in our place. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. So in order to beat the almighty Thunder in our own gym, pretty much. Because again, it was a damn dogfight from beginning to end, as you'd imagine. Sam Presti he built a damn monster. This team just doesn't seem like a one-hit wonder either. They ain't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. See how the rest of the West adapts.
Introducing Propel Energy.
All right, so where are we at? I think here we are, right here. So we faced them. We beat them by 7. They were 30-6 at that point when we beat them. Coming out of that game. So for us to beat them, this is what we needed to do. So again, it was a 37-27 second quarter. For the Cavs, Strus had 17 off the bench, 15 for Jerome off the bench. Starters, I mean, Jared Allen actually had 25, 21 from Mobley, 18 from Garland, 11 from Mitchell, and 11 from Wade. But again, this was before they got Chet back. So all we really had to deal with was just Hartenstein in the middle. And he had to go up against Evan and Jarrett, who went off of 46 combined with 22 rebounds. Mavs shot 15 of 36 from 3, 20 of 27 from the line. And then we saw what happened when we went to OKC. They beat the hell out of us. Good they are. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if any team can beat these guys 4 out of 7. The Nuggets damn near did, but nope, not at all. Of course not. I mean, if any team can do it, I think it's probably the Wolves or the Pacers. But don't discount the Knicks though. But that would be tough. So coming out of the timeout, same lineups: Randall, McDaniels, Edwards, Dante DiVincenzo, and Alexander Walker for the Wolves. Holmgren, Jalen Williams, SGA, Dort, and Wallace for the Thunder. Drive goes up, misses, tip in, good. Down to 12. Wallace over to Williams. Williams up top. SGA against Randall. SGA working inside. Goes up. Misses. Lost it, but a shot clock. 24-second violation.
Look at how he showed his hand. That's the difference. Watch this. Once he starts to make it drive, yes, but now he's in that difficult spot. Watch both hands go up. Both hands go up. Do not reach in on Shea. You will pay every time. So ball pressure from the outset.
All right. Down by 12. Up top. Left side. Dante over McDaniels. Alexander Walker. Left hand is good. Here's SGA. Drive. Up. And good. Talk about getting whatever you want. Minnesota just cannot stop OKC right now. Drive. Kick out. Nice pass. Oh, fake pass. 3 balls missed by Dante. Wow. SGA working against McDaniels. Drives on him and he's fouled. And McDaniels will foul out. His night will end with 7 points. Wow. So Naz Reid will enter. Free throw good. Well, without a doubt, this is the best chance that OKC has had to win a championship. Again, because like I said earlier, you don't got to deal with the top 2 seeds in the East, Boston and Cleveland. And of course, you took out Denver. They gave you all you could handle. The Rockets, they've been bounced since the first round. 3 in the corner is gone for NA Dub. They're going to need a little bit more than this right now, though. They need to put some defensive positions together. Step back 2 for SGA is good. Down 12 again. Ball's out of bounds. Back to OKC. Back the other way. Here's Caruso. SGA. Pushing about 4.5 minutes to go. Dort. Corner 3. Good. 15-point lead for OKC. Timeout, Minnesota. Wow. Timberwolves are going to have their work cut out for them, that's for sure. Still just can't believe we're so close to the end of the season. Like before you know it, it'll be the NBA draft, right? Now the Cavs do have 2 second-round picks, but still, like, I mean, before you know it, it'll be July 1st, and I'll be doing videos possibly talking about some free agent targets, which they're not going to be active. I already know it. I'm not even going to get my hopes up. They're not going to be active. Maybe a trade or two to get us under the apron, but they're not going to be doing a lot. I think if they trade anybody, though, which they're not going to touch the core. People keep wondering, are they going to trade any of the core guys? No. If they were to, though, I think the most likely one to go would be Jared Allen. Yeah. But they like the two big lineups, so they're not going to do that. They're not trading Darius. They're not trading Spida. If you're going to trade anybody, it's going to be the bench guys. I'm talking Isaac, maybe Max, Sam and Ty are free agents, so they're probably going to bring them back. Hard to say what they're going to do. Kobe Altman, I don't trust him at all when it comes to free agency. Trust him more during the trade deadline because he got DeAndre Hunter. He finessed Landry Fields for him. It's really hard to say what they're going to do. I just have a feeling they're going to run it all the way back again. And we're going to have to sit here and watch this team do really well in the regular season again, and then probably flounder out in the second round again. Because it's like, if we keep this entire team together for a third or so straight year, and we lose in the second round again in 5 games, that'll tell us that, well, this roster is straight up locked in as a second round team. Yep. Probably not going to make many changes. I can't trust Kobe to do anything, anyways. He'll keep everybody around and he'll cite injuries as the reason why they didn't make any moves, because we didn't see this team do much healthy. He's gonna say, "Oh, we're gonna just try and get mentally tougher." Okay, but you never know. He could pull off a trade out of nowhere, like freaking Isaac Okoro getting dealt for some solid bench pieces or whatever. Who knows? All right, here's Randall. Turn around, up and in with the left. Randall doing really well. He got 28. All right, here's SGA. Wallace. Floater. Dunk to Williams. Oh. Here's a drive. Kick out up top. Threes. Missed. Tipped. And there's a foul on the floor for Dort. Well, on Dort. His fourth.
Was talking about the lob threats, Chet and Isaiah. Here's another one. Mr. Williams talks with my elbow.
All right. Ant. Step back. Oh, nice pass to Reed. Kick out to nobody. Wow. Fans starting to leave now. Huh. Jalen Williams, SGA, drives, kick out, Caruso for three. That's the dagger right there. 18-point lead with 3 minutes to go. And there's a steal. Yo, Dort getting in there. Wow. Drive. Kick out. Caruso blocked by Dante. Damn.
This season, what does he do?
But they traded Josh Giddey for Caruso. He's been. Pull up two. Missed. Trying to think of what the Cavs equivalent of that kind of trade would be with Isaac. I can't really think of anything because who the heck would want Isaac at this point? He's very limited offensively, and he's all right on defense, though. Three for Reed. No good. 15 to go here in the game. Wow. Up top, here's Williams. Against Reed. Drives. Got fouled. Two shots coming up for Jalen Williams. Wow. Yeah, the Thunder completely took over in the second half. Yeah. If you're Minnesota, you got to be a lot better, especially when it comes to playing defense and defending a guy like SGA. He's so tough to defend. I mean, Naz Reid went 1 for 11 from the field. Yeesh. Nobody really did well besides Randall. Ant only had 18 points, but yeah, Randall did great. Great. But when you got SGA out here getting 31 on 10 of 27 shooting, that's crazy.
Sorry. It's the best.
Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Knicks and Pacers. See how that series goes. I'll be back here on Thursday for game 2 of this series. And we'll see how that one goes. That one should be a fun one. I'm intrigued. See how Minnesota looks in game 2. Do they rebound well and tie the series up? Or do they go back home down 2-0, looking down the barrel of possibly getting their butts swept? Which would be such a buzzkill. But that's how good OKC is. Again, it's been about 14 years around there since OKC made it to the NBA Finals. And again, the last time they were in this situation, they blew the 3-1 lead to the Warriors. And you know, that still lives in a lot of their fans' heads. The fact that this was the last time they were in that spot. They blew the 3-1 lead. I was getting ready to face the Thunder in that finals. Yep, I was ready to face the Thunder. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. You know, KD, Russ, Harden. Well, not Harden, but Harden, right? Yeah. KD and Russ versus LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love. Yeah. Then they lost game 7, and we still won the NBA championship. That had to have been gut-wrenching for the Thunder, though. Because again, since then, they haven't made it this far. They've been close, but they just haven't been able to get past the Western teams. Palop is in and good. I thought it was going to go in and out. So, yeah, both teams have pulled their starters. It's Minot, Garza, Clark, Shannon, and Dillingham for the T-Wolves. Dieng, Ken Williams, Joe, Wiggins, and Mitchell for the Thunder. Here's Joe. Spins. Got him in the air. Fouled, and 2 shots coming for Isaiah Joe. Yeah, the reason, you look and see where this game got out of hand, that third quarter. 32-18, third quarter for OKC. Put it away. And the Wolves just really couldn't get anything else going. The closest they got, I think, was down 10. And now they're looking at possibly a down 20 deficit. No Ingles. Wow. Randall and company looking on. All right. 108-88. This is Dillingham. Drives up and missed it. Here's Joe. They're going to push it. That's about a minute to go. Kick out. 3 ball. It's good for Dylan Jones. 23-point lead. Man, that's crazy. They're still shooting them off right here, man. They're like, we're going to blow your ass out. Pull up 2 is no good for Shannon. Former Illini. Illini. Oh my God. What the hell? Jones. There's Joe. Jones. Kick out. Ken. 3. Good. Oh my God. They're blowing their ass out. They're like, we're going to keep firing. Screw y'all. Oh, man. Kick out. 3 ball. Missed. Rebounded. And I think they're just going to let this go. I think. Yeah. They're going to walk it out. No, walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Walk it out. 10 seconds to go. And that is it for game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, as the OKC Thunder take care of business in pretty impressive fashion as they beat the Timberwolves 114-88. And that's one hell of a way to start a series. That's a damn Mike Tyson uppercut to the chin. No, of course, as you know, it's only one game. But man, dude, if you're the Timberwolves, you gotta get back and think, what did we do wrong and how can we improve? Oh, Hansen says he's lame. Oh. I mean, you can think that, I guess, But OKC leads the series 1-0. And now it's time to go through the box score. And yeah, so Minnesota, not a bad game, but that third quarter is what did them in. 28 from Julius Randle, 18 from Edwards. Those were actually the only 2 players to hit double figures tonight, believe it or not. 7 apiece for McDaniels and Conley. And Rudy Gobert had 2 points. Tough. Off the bench, 9 for Dante, who went 3 for 14. Yikes. Yeah, 9 for him, 8 for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 4 for Naz Reid, 3 for Clark, and 2 for Shannon. You know you're cooked when your best players on your bench all shot a combined 7 for, God, what is it, 36? Ugh. 7 for 36. That's just repulsive. Heck, your bench in general. 36, 38, 40. 8 for 40. Have that. Nope. As a whole, though, yeah, as a whole, 29 of 83 from the field, 35%. 15 of 51 from three, 29%. A lot of that was trying to play catch up, which just buried him deeper in the hole. 15 of 21 from the free throw line, 42 rebounds, 18 assists, 5 steals, 7 blocks, 17 turnovers. That'll destroy you. Trust me, we know as Cavs fans, we saw it against the Pacers. And 22 fouls. And then, of course, for the Thunder, 31 from SGA, 19 from Jalen Williams, 15 from Chet, mostly in the fourth, and 12 from Hartenstein. Dort only had 5, but he wasn't really relied upon too much. Off the bench didn't shoot a whole lot, but they were efficient. Hell yeah. 9 for Caruso, 8 for Ken Williams, 7 for Joe, 3 from Wallace and 2 from Wiggins, and also 3 from Dylan Jones too at the very end. But their most used guys essentially were extremely efficient. Caruso 3 for 4, Ken Williams 3 for 3, Joe 1 for 2. Cason Wallace even went 1 for 3, but that's not even bad. He barely did much. He didn't need to do much. Not at all. 41 of 82 from the field, 50%, perfect on the dot. 11 of 21 from 3, 52%, and 21 of 26 from the line, 81%. 46 rebounds, 27 assists, 13 steals. My God. 3 blocks, 12 turnovers, and 22 fouls for the Thunder. Game 2 will be on Thursday. There's actually 2 days between every game. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this one. Shout out to everybody who came through. My Wolves are going to cook the rest of the series. Okay, we'll see about that, Fred. We'll see. I can't enjoy watching him draw fouls. Yeah, that's why everyone calls him a foul baiter. It's just what he does. He's so hard to defend, like Harden when he was doing that. But yeah, once again, final score 114-88. OKC wins. And I'll be live tomorrow night for game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Knicks and Pacers. And we'll see if that game 1 will be any better than this one. So that'll be fun. But I'll be live. Hope to see you guys there. With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. And see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. Give me something to munch on for dinner. Yeah. Maybe a snack. Snack. Or something.